Hi everyone, and welcome to our little video walkthrough for the OPAWL Slack space. We're going to be covering the following topics today. I'm also going to put the timestamps for each of these topics in the description so you can skip around to whichever section you choose. So what exactly is Slack and how does OPAWL use it? Slack is a digital workspace that acts as an all-in-one messaging platform. The workspace is accessible through a website URL, a computer app, and a phone app, so you can use whichever form works best for you. As of right now, OPAWL uses Slack mainly as a workspace for members to communicate and collaborate with one another on planning events and other activities. For more casual updates or comments, the OPAWL Facebook group is generally used. In order to join the OPAWL Slack, you'll first need an invite email or an invite link. You can ask for an invite link by posting on the Facebook group or by asking an individual already on the Slack workspace. Feel free to ask me or Sulin to join the workspace. As you can see, this is my email, and I have been invited by myself to join everyone else in OPAWL to work with them in Slack. And so the email looks like this, and I can go ahead and click Join Now and follow the instructions to create my account for the OPAWL Slack. Once you've joined and logged in, you'll see this welcome screen. Here you'll see a short welcome message from Tessa, as well as some other steps you can take to familiarize yourself with the workspace. This screen won't be here every time. For now, you can choose to go through these steps or X out the screen here. For the walkthrough, we're just going to ignore it for a little bit. You'll notice that the left sidebar here is divided into various categories like channels and direct messages. Under channels, you'll see the default channels that everyone is added to just by being on the workspace. Each channel acts as a group chat, and they're categorized by different interests and purposes. To see what the purpose of a channel is and what it's used for, click on the channel, click on the info icon at the top right corner, and then click About. And here you'll see the channel description as well as the channel topic. To see a full list of channels on the workspace, go ahead and click the plus next to channels and click on Browse Channels. Here you'll see a full list of all the channels that you can join that are part of the OPAWL workspace, and you can preview the channel by clicking on them once. So let's go ahead and click on 2020 Voter Outreach. Here you can get a little preview of the discussion, and you can look at the description of the channel, and then you can decide whether or not you want to join. I'm going to go ahead and join this channel. After I join this, it will go ahead and show up on my left sidebar under the channels that I'm a part of. All of the channels that I join in the future will also show up under my sidebar under channels. Even though channels are like group chats, each message in the channel acts like its own Facebook or Instagram post. In other words, for each message or post, you can react with emojis, or you can also click reply and leave your thoughts like a comment. I'm going to go ahead and try this out on the intros channel. So here is a post that I made on a different account, and as you can see, this message is kind of a standalone post. I can choose to react with these emojis that already pop up, or find another reaction by clicking a different emoji. Or if I have more thoughts, I can go ahead, click reply in thread, and it will pop up like this, and I can type out my thoughts. When you reply to an individual message like I did just now, this creates a thread for that message. Threads are great because it allows you to continue the discussion at hand without bombarding everyone in the group chat or channel with message notifications. The only people that will get notifications for this continuing thread or this continuing discussion are those who are involved, like the person who posted, which in this case is me, and the person who left the messages on the thread, which is also me here. Other people on the channel will be able to look at this thread and they'll actually just see this. And they can click on View Thread if they want to see the discussion, but they won't receive notifications for each new comment on the thread unless they comment themselves. Now, let's say you're trying to make a post in a channel or commenting in a thread, and you want to make sure that certain people get the notification and read it. Much like other social media platforms, the Slack workspace allows you to add other people in the workspace. So, I'm going to go ahead and create my own intro message here. And I'm going to say, hi, my name is Mia, and that's all I'm going to say for now. But let's say I really want my other account to get this notification. I can go ahead and type my name and it shows up and click on it. And this will tag them in the post that I make. This will ensure that they get some sort of a notification for your message, depending on their notification preferences, of course. If I have urgent or important news that needs to be shared with everyone and not just myself, or this other person, hypothetically, then I can also go ahead and type in @channel. Click this, and this will go ahead and notify everyone within the channel about your post or message. An important note about adding in Slack: please use these sparingly as people are already usually bombarded with notifications. Make sure when you use it, it's for something really important that needs their attention. Some other fun functions when sending a post are these extra functions down here in this bar. Similar to organizing an email, you can put attachments, see attachments right here, and then emojis, as well as hyperlink URLs, and choose other formatting options right here. That being said, be careful not to just press enter or return to create a new line in your message. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that right now. So I'm going to press return because I want to start a new line. This will just prematurely send your message and notify everyone of a new post. In order to create a new line in your message, always press shift and enter. This tip will actually already show up. I'm just going to type gibberish. Will actually already show up right here. It'll say return to send or shift and return to add a new line. So I'm going to demonstrate that. Press shift and return, and it'll create a new line. So I can create another message. If you accidentally sent a message that you want to go back and edit, you can click the settings button on the message, which is this 3 dots right here. And then you can press edit message, or press E. And then you can go ahead and add to your message or change it depending on what you want to do. I'm just going to add my pronouns. And I'm going to hit click Save Changes, and then it'll show up as an edited but new message. This way, you can edit your message without sending a new message notification to everyone in the channel. To send a direct or individual message to someone, click the plus next to direct messages in the sidebar. Go ahead and type the name of the person or people you want to message. I'm going to message myself, and so I'm going to type my name and click my name up here, and it'll show up like this. Go ahead and type whatever you want to type, and once you've started the direct message, their name will actually pop up under the direct messages in the sidebar here. So I'm going to go ahead and just say hi. And now my conversation with them is right here under direct messages. You'll see that the first under direct messages is something called Slackbot, this right here. Slackbot is an artificial intelligence system that comes with the workspace and will send you notifications occasionally with suggestions on how to improve your Slack experience. If I go back to my first message with myself, it shows that this is a new notification that only I can see with Slackbot. For the most part, you'll just ignore what Slackbot says. It's just an additional feature that comes with the space. So I've talked a lot about notifications on Slack, with all the channels, messages, and threads that eventually pop up here. All of this can accumulate on your page, and Slack can easily become the source of a bunch of phone or computer notifications. To avoid being overwhelmed with notifications, make sure you adjust your preferences in the settings. Go to the top of the sidebar where it says OPAWL, then click to where it says Preferences. There you can adjust your notification settings, sidebar, displays, themes, messages, media, and more. I won't go through all of these, but here's one that's important to note. Under notification preferences, there's something called a notification schedule. This function lets you control when you can receive notifications for Slack. For example, if you don't want to get notifications at night, you can adjust these settings to fit your sleep schedule. Make sure you check back the next day for any notifications you may have missed during that time though, as you won't receive them during those hours. So for example, my default is that I will receive notifications every day from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Let's say that I just don't want to receive any notifications from Slack after 8 p.m. I can adjust it right here, and from then on, that's how it'll work. As with all shared spaces, there's some things to keep in mind when using Slack. Make sure you're aware of the number of posts or messages you send in a channel. This goes back to notifications. To be respectful of others on the channel, make sure you utilize the thread feature for thoughts on similar or related subjects. If you feel like a new idea needs to be expressed in a new post, go ahead, just be aware of your messages. As a member on the Slack space, you have the ability to create new channels and invite new people to the workspace. Please be wary of doing this without double-checking it with leaders managing the Slack. The number of channels to join can get really confusing after a while, and we also want to make sure that we know who we are inviting into the space. As of right now, Sulin has been managing our Slack, so please talk to Sulin about these issues first. Most importantly, please be respectful and follow the OPAWL community agreements. Though this is a digital workspace, it is still the OPAWL community, so please make sure to respect the community agreements used for all OPAWL discussions. Here's a quick review of the OPAWL community agreements, just in case you forgot. Slack can be a little overwhelming at first, but when utilized effectively, it's a great way to collaborate with other members in OPAWL. If you have any further questions on how to use Slack, feel free to refer to the Slack guide or ask Sulin or myself for help. All of the further information about the Slack guide, as well as other materials such as the script for this video, is in the description below. Thank you all for watching and have a great rest of your day.